What's the worst thing a rich kid got away with? I was the quiet scholarship student at Westlake Academy, where tuition costs more than some people's annual salary. At Westlake, there was one rule that everyone understood. If your parents' name was on a building, the rules didn't apply to you. I kept my head down, studied constantly, and avoided drawing attention. My scholarship covered tuition, but not much else, so I worked weekends while my classmates vacationed in Europe. This apparently made me fascinating to Alexis. Alexis was Westlake royalty. Her grandfather founded the school, her father chaired the board of trustees, and her family donated the Olympic-sized swimming pool. Teachers called her by her first name, and she'd never received anything lower than an A-. I became her target after I was named top chemistry student instead of her. It was the first time in her life she'd come second at anything. At first, it was just comments, loud observations about scholarship kids being charity cases whenever I walked by. What Alexis didn't know was that I had severe asthma triggered by certain chemicals. Not just mild wheezing, but full respiratory collapse. Only my chemistry teacher, Mrs. Wright, and the school nurse knew about my condition. The school had agreed to substitute certain lab experiments for me. During our final chemistry project, I was paired with Olivia, who actually wanted to learn. We were creating a harmless crystal growth experiment when Alexis accidentally bumped our table, spilling her mixture into ours. Immediately, I smelled something wrong. She'd added chemicals from the restricted cabinet. My chest tightened instantly. I tried to speak but couldn't get enough air. Mrs. Wright recognized what was happening and rushed me to the side station while calling for the nurse. Through my narrowing vision, I saw Alexis smirking. I don't know what happened, she told the other students. Maybe some people just aren't meant for advanced chemistry. I collapsed before the nurse arrived. When I woke up in the hospital, the doctor told my mother I had suffered severe bronchospasm and my oxygen levels had dropped dangerously low. My parents were furious and demanded a meeting with the school. We had witnesses who saw Alexis deliberately contaminate our experiment. We had Mrs. Wright's testimony that the chemicals Alexis added weren't part of any approved experiment. The headmaster listened solemnly, nodded at all the right moments, then explained that without definitive proof of malicious intent, they could only issue Alexis a warning for improper laboratory procedure. When I returned to school, Mrs. Wright quietly told me that Alexis's father had called an emergency board meeting the night after the incident. The next day, the school announced Mrs. Wright's early retirement. 20 years of teaching excellence ended overnight. The replacement chemistry teacher gave Alexis the department award at graduation. As she walked across the stage, she caught my eye and smiled.